Monday, the 15th. Everything got put away, and there was a blast assignment in Study Sync. It's kind of like a social media post. If you, I'll go ahead and walk you through how to get to. Actually, my Study Sync is different than yours, but you'll go to your NKSD bookmarks. You're going to click Clever. You're going to click the McGraw-Hill. You're going to click the Study Sync icon, and it's going to show a young person, a young woman lying on the grass with her laptop in front of her. And there, I'll hold on. I'll go there. Again, you go. This is how you get there partway. Mine is going to change directions as soon as we get to this link, because you're going to have several different textbooks, and I'm going to have just Study Sync. I'm going to click on that, and my screen looks a little different than yours, but you'll have this welcome back, and then there will be an assignment here, and here's what it's going to look like. This one. All right, so these are supposed to be kind of fun little things, and they're kind of fun. So you're going to create your blast after you read. So go ahead and read the background. You can annotate it. You can add numbers. It's going to talk about the things that we cover. It's a super short piece. What do you think? And it's going to give you a number crunch, and you can find out what it is, what that number means by clicking that. Answer the quick poll. You're going to fill in how important is it to be curious. You're going to come up with your own opinion and hit submit. And you're going to say, how will the concepts you're learning today help you later in life? It asks for 140 characters, so not a really long piece at all. It's just a quick thing. Go ahead and finish filling that out and getting that done. That is your entry task for today. Let's see. So after we do that, we're going to look specifically at how authors use figurative language to convey meaning and contribute to the themes. By the end of this unit, I want you to be able to use details to make inferences about characters and their lives, to understand the difference between prose and poetry, to be able to identify and explain the conflicts that people have, identify literary terms, simile, personification, and metaphor, and explain how they add to the meaning of the work, be able to identify and explain the themes of the work, and at least understand why we read literature that might make us feel sad or uncomfortable. I walked through these. You didn't really have to take any notes on them. It was just for your general background to help understand what we're reading. Sandra Cisneros and the House on Mango Street. Literary journey. This is literally kind of a journey in her life. Remember, it's brain left the building. That's what COVID does to you. A memoir, and it's told in vignette form. So she was born in Chicago, 1954, to a Mexican-American family. She was the only daughter among 7 children. They made frequent moves back and forth between Chicago and Mexico City, and that shaped her perspective. She experienced some cultural duality, and that influenced her writing, and she did graduate from Loyola University of Chicago and the Iowa's Writers' Workshop. Her literary career achievements: she did publish House on Mango Street in 1984. She's won a number of awards, including the American Book Award, the MacArthur Fellowship, and the National Medal of Arts awarded to her by President Obama. She's known for blending English and Spanish in her work. She's a pioneer in Chicana literature and is an advocate for diverse voices in literature. Main plot of this particular vignette focuses around Esperanza, a 12-year-old Mexican-American girl. She dreams of having her own house. She observes her neighborhood neighbors and writes about them. She records their daily lives on Mango Street. She struggles with identity and belonging. She develops as a writer, and she plans to leave but wants to return later to help others. Literary techniques that are common in this book: poetic language, symbolism, like the house representing her dreams or identities. They're bigger and she wants more. She code switches between English and Spanish. She uses a lot of imagery and metaphors, etc. It's a coming-of-age narrative talking about her growth process. There's multiple perspectives told through these vignettes. Told in stream of consciousness means that sometimes she just talks on about something and it doesn't really seem to string together very well, just like word vomit on the page. But it goes somewhere. There's a reason. And then there's her diction, which is her word choice, and her syntax, which is word order that impact that are some of the ways she tells the story she wants to tell. We talked about big ideas. Big ideas are things like identity and self-discovery, but theme is more narrowed than that. Theme is Cisneros believes that creating your own identity through self-discovery is a critical step in growing up. Maybe Cisneros believes that belonging to multiple cultures is important and not losing your previous cultural identity. So know that there's a difference between these two. Objective today was to work in pairs. You had to find two metaphors, two similes, and two examples of personification in the chapters from 1 to 5 of The House of Mango Street. So the things you needed were your books. Here's some definitions. A simile is a comparison using like or as, such as hungry as a horse. And you can always look these up. A metaphor is a comparison that says something is something else. I'm an iceberg. Personification when something non-living does something that's alive, like the wind howled in the night. Wanted you to come up in groups with 2 of these each, and then talk about write a description of your figure of speech, discuss the meaning, and then talk about how it contributes to the theme. What feelings or images does that metaphor evoke, or that simile? How does it relate to this experience or the setting? And I wanted you to work evenly among those and hand that in. There should be a reflection. How does this, and I don't think I assigned it, but I don't think I directed people to do this yet. Write a short reflection on what you learned about figurative language and its impact on storytelling. So if you get a chance to go and do that, don't worry about it. We're going to do it tomorrow. And that's what we did today in English 9, Monday the 15th.